Good evening to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with your host, Christopher LaPrath, and my name's Kenan, the producer of the show. And I do a quick introduction here before I turn it over to one of the most talented psychics on the planet, my dad, Christopher. Now, tonight's title is Safety and Safe or Unfamiliar. Now, before I get too much into that, just a quick piece of housekeeping, which is for anyone who might be joining us for the very first time, just be sure to say something here in the chat. In fact, every time you're here, just be sure to say something in the chat so I know that you're here and we can do a reading for you. Now, the first time, there's no charge for the reading. First time's always free. And going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can do the entire month for $100, which covers 3 times a week, so that's a pretty sweet deal. Now, back to the topic tonight. I've just got a few quick things to say that I feel will be helpful. Now, the unconscious mind is plastic. It's very changeable, but it takes time to make big changes. In fact, there's a well-known adage that it takes 21 consecutive days to make or get rid of any specific habit. And there's been recent research even that shows neural pathways related to specific behaviors and skills take about 25 days to form. Now, a lot of the time, as a result of societal training, we can reflexively decide to not look at some of the more deeply rooted negative behavior patterns that are there because of the emotional pain involved in the process of remembering the wound that harmful behavior is covering up or masking in some way. So it's good to remember that good things take time. And also that, especially if we've been living in a fear-based reality, even getting to a place where we can choose to be grateful in every moment, that takes time too. And every choice along the way matters a whole lot. And each right choice made, each time we get to choose to be grateful, should be celebrated as a massive victory. Because it is, really. And the more we can become grateful, the more we'll have to be grateful for. So on that note, I'll turn it over to Christopher with more to say on that.
Thanks so much, Ken, and that's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Melissa Savage, for the first time. Everybody welcome her. And Austin, I love that you ran out of gas just as the show started. So I guess you're not to be mowing the lawn anymore. You can watch the show. That means it's probably going to be a great, great message for you. But as I start the show every time, I bless you all with some great, great incense. And Miguel, welcome from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So if my cousin Lana's up there, she's in Sandpoint. Melinda and Edna are in Spokane area. So you're not far from them. So as you're driving down the road, wave. The chances up there that you'll get to meet them, at least by waving, you'll get to drive by them, are pretty good. But great, great blessings to you all tonight with this incense to help you move out of your comfort zone. So I wanted to share a couple of things with you. About a month ago, a few of us took this course, and it was taught, one of the teachers was a neuroscientist. And one of the great things is emotionally and cognitively and executively, the brain has established billions of pathways. And this Sanam Hafiz is a neurologist. He said this: The more you do something, the more ingrained it becomes in neural pathways, which, like how a computer that stores the sites you visit most often. When you log into your browser, those sites will pop up because you use them a lot. Change is an upheaval of many things, and the brain has to work it into an existing framework. So many times, people they've wanted their friends to get a reading, and these friends have not ever had a metaphysical experience, a psychic reading, been in touch with a medium. They've not had anything like that. And so it's a real stretch. It's a real stretch for them because, they're like this and they're not necessarily open. But the major thing with the brain is if it feels safe, you can build new neural pathways around the damaged areas. Now, what I mean by damaged is our old way of thinking. When my son was born, Kenan, who did the introduction to the show, I was a missionary. I was the most judgmental, the person with the most survival techniques. And as I've told you on the show before, they used to call me the Crisco Kid because I would be in a conversation or I'd be with a group of people and I would go on survival and I would be gone. I have to get out of here. And I wouldn't know what those triggers were because, as Kenan said, it was in the occipital lobe of the brain. And I didn't even know, but I knew that when he was born, I did not want to raise him with this doom and gloom or fear that was put upon me or that I accepted as my own truth. I had to fight really hard to change. And so this is safe or unfamiliar. This is the title of the show. You can stay safe. I could have stayed safe. I still could have been in that religion. I still could have had this show around all about converting you to my religion. How much fun would that be? Well, it might be fun for me, but not so much for you. And you wouldn't probably watch more than 30 seconds. So the point is it's not necessarily easy. The other thing is, if you're on something that doesn't serve you, the way you're thinking, then you're going to look for allies and many times those allies come from social media. So you're going to be posting about things on social media that will give you, well, let me put it this way. It's like you've got this really new cologne and it's called Manure de Trois. And you're excited and you love the smell of it. And then when you go outside, all of a sudden there's like dozens of flies around you. Like attracts like. So for instance, if you're posting on, let's say, social media, or you're talking to others about how awful your life is, that's building deeper neural pathways in your brain to go, okay, I guess so-and-so, I guess you want more of this. Okay, we'll give you more of that. But that's the way the universe is as well. Not only just our brains, we're traveling down the same road. Okay. So this is about changing up your cologne and being free of manure de trois. Okay. Because the group card tonight is beautiful. I love this card. This is reward. Kenan is an astrologer, so he could talk for hours about Jupiter and how Jupiter is this planet of abundance, a planet of reward, fortune. And so this card goes out to every one of you to really focus on your rewards. Now, if you've been entrained to not focus on your rewards or to focus on your lack, that's going to be an effort. Okay? Now, when you first go to the gym, 10 pounds can be a lot of weight to start curling. But over a period of time, you can move up to 20 pounds and then 50 pounds. Same with the brain. Be cognizant of the change that you need to make, and the change actually comes. Now, Kenan is in his early 30s. It's taken me a few years, but it's absolutely been worth it because I'm no longer the Crisco kid. And these gifts then can emerge. So that's what this card is about. Is, yes, you're giving up something if you choose to, a life of worry, a life of projection, wanting something for others that maybe they don't even want. And it's bringing your energy back for your reward, okay? And this is the reward of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for a job well done. Look how far you've come. Look at what you've accomplished. Start there and give yourself a great pat on the back. Okay? That's what this group card is about. It's about taking a vacation, indulging in foods. Treat yourself to your heart's desire and your leisure. And I know I've been following some of your posts on Facebook, Miguel. You know, the Grand Canyon, all the places you're taking your family. What a blessing. And so look at that. Look at, you don't like your job, look at what it's giving you. So start there. That's the important thing. Okay, I know we have John on first, right?
That's right.
Okay. So what we do is we go through, for you, those that are new on the show joining us, this is we do it in order that you came into the show. Okay? So we will get to you. But even though I'm pulling a card for you, as most of you that have been on the show know that it applies many times as well for the group. Okay? So I love that. And the other thing too that will help your brain is, I know Jared and Dr. Jared is on the show. Is he on tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So Jared is a doctor, and he even saw the need to build new neural pathways. He went and took singing lessons. Way out of his comfort zone. All right? So you may have a neuroscientist that then takes up knitting. Because anything you do that you're not familiar with, the unfamiliar, helps to build the brain. Yes, but you have to move out of your safety zone and the way you've been operating your life. And you have to be tired enough, you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired to move into this unfamiliar, which that's my life. Every time I pull a card for each one of you, it's like I feel like I've gone down the rabbit hole, and there's this sense of wonder with all of you. And I could spend days talking to you about each one of you and some of the stories and how far you've come, and energetically, just this huge move forward. So thank you, and huge congratulations for just stepping into the unfamiliar. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. It's a deck of 84 cards, and the change card falls out, and it's for John. So, John, I know you're really busy right now with sales up in Wyoming. John is he's selling the most beautiful land you can imagine up in Wyoming. But this is taking a course in finance, studying something with finance, investments. No, it's finance. It can include investments. But it's going to strengthen Okay, so make a choice here, John. Take a drawing class or no, it's drawing. Take, like, you can watch YouTubes on sketching and then just get a sketch pad and just start sketching. It's going to build an area of your brain that's necessary, and then you could jump to maybe watching some learning and studying finance. But this is yes, it's learning something new, but it has to do with drawing and finance. Okay, who's next? Hey, Marilyn Pitts. Thanks for being on early, Miss East Coaster. Marilyn, I know this is a little bit odd, but when was the last time you had the vents in your house cleaned? Or get an air purifier. And then watch some deep breathing videos. Just even breathing videos, methods of breathing deep, because breath controls your thoughts. Thoughts do not control your breath. There's something with you moving more freely. That's why I'm getting like the air vents cleaned, getting an air purifier, taking some nice slow deep breaths, or even watching some breathing videos. Again, that might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but it's something to pay attention to. It will help move energy that's stagnated. Even, you know how Vicks Vapor Rub, you can put it just a little bit under your nose at night? We'll do your private reading on Saturday, and we'll talk more about this. Okay.
That's interesting. She's got smoke from fires.
Oh, really?
Code orange air warnings. So that's air filters. That makes sense.
Oh my gosh. Air is terrible here. I did not know that, Marilyn. Well, I guess I did. I just told you. Yeah, and especially if you're a bedroom, I would definitely get a air purifier. Okay, my dear, thank you.
Lindsay's next.
Who?
Lindsay.
Hey, Linz. Okay. Oh, there, that one fell out. Convert mental energy, Lindsay. Convert mental energy into your heart and out through your heart for healing. So, mental energy, change it. change the structure of it, because it's hard and brittle. The mental energy you're dealing with right now is too hard, it's too brittle. See it melting. Like, if you can actually visualize this, see it, it's melting. I'm melting. Melt it, bring it down into your heart, transform it, and you can bring it back in and circulate that energy, but also outwardly to healing. Oh, okay. Bring it into your heart, but also all of the chakras. Just bring this mental energy, soften it, soften the mental energy. Bring it into your heart, and you just do this visually. You can actually do it visually. Bring it into your chakras, into your base chakra, into your whole being, and then project it out to others. This healing. If you're worried about someone being hurt, or other people, what they think of you, or people being sick, be free of focusing on that. That can be sharp and harmful. So think of it, Lindsay, as you know those knife holders, where you buy the set of knives and you put them in a wooden block. It would be like turning the knives around so the sharp is sticking out. So every time you go to grab them, you cut them. You cut yourself. No. Knife blocks are made to put the knives in, blade down. This is where turn your blades around, or melt this brilliant energy, or the crystals here, and put it into your heart, transform it, melt it down, and send out healing energy to yourself and to others. Great. I'm glad you've been sending out a lot of healing this week. Okay. Austin? Okay, Austin, I love that story about you running out of gas. You go, well, I guess I'm supposed to watch the show. I love that. So I don't know if you've ever been to Polynesia, Indonesia, New Guinea. It's where they wear masks. They're showing me people around you that have the masks on. So people wear these masks in these cultures to look more fierce, and they are. I mean, if you're in the jungle and you see somebody wearing a mask, it's kind of scary. I mean, even you're walking down the street and there's a guy wearing a ski mask, that's kind of scary. This is your ability to see past people's masks and what they're initially showing you. From those masks are their learned behaviors. And they believe that they needed those behaviors in order to survive. And that was true. At one time, they did. But now it no longer serves them. So use kindness. It's just simple, unadulterated kindness and pure love toward these people, no matter how harsh or ugly their masks are. Because they've forgotten that they were even wearing a mask. So I'm just going to say, Austin, see past the mask, which is your ability, and keep seeing that person as they really are, not as they think they are. Hope that helps. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, Abby Maryland.
Okay, hey Abby. Hey Marilyn. Well, Marilyn, my dear, you have so many resources for creativity, and this is so perfect for you with what we're talking about, building these brain connections. How are you doing stained glass, right? How is that going? Take some pictures of it. Maybe not even sending them out to people, but take some pictures to show your progress, because it's important to see how far you've come, and to be free of any self-deprecation, and to go, hey, I like that. That's really, really good, right? And anywhere where people are going, wow, I really like that, are you willing to let go of doubting them or second guessing them because of your opinion of yourself about your creativity? Or anywhere that you have believed, well, I could never really reach that point, you're reaching it. You're reaching it now, and you're going to be continuing reaching it. You know, Georgia O'Keeffe, she was a painter, but she didn't become famous until she was in her 80s. So, girl, you've got a ways to go, but this is keep doing what it is that you're doing, because there's an energy behind it. It's not just the creativity, it's the energy that people will feel in your work. Okay. And we've got Abby. So, Abby, you know, when your children were little, they would get really dirty, but they didn't really realize that they were dirty, right? And they were just having fun. But you took the effort to really clean them up, to teach him the importance of, you know, cleanliness and that type of thing. But some people, so Charles Schulz, right, he drew Peanuts, the cartoon Peanuts, for decades. And over those decades, the character of Pigpen never changed. There was always a cloud, a kind of a dirt cloud around Pigpen. Remember that? There are people that really do not want to change. They want to stay safe. You know, it's one of the reasons so many people died of the plague, because they felt that taking a bath was unhealthy. My point is that withdrawing your energy from people that really don't want to be helped. Some people, you have to allow them to hit rock bottom. And then and only then are they willing to change. It's when their safety and what they thought was safe doesn't work anymore. And it becomes unfamiliar. They're willing to step into the unfamiliar. It's exactly what I did. My life was so miserable that I was like, I'll do whatever it takes to change. Okay. Hey, Jeff, welcome. And Brenda Burr. So Jeff is new. Everybody welcome Jeff to the show. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, great. It's Hannah.
Okay, Hannah. Okay, Hannah. Two roads diverged. In a wood and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference. This is the fool child. This is the beginning, the beginning of the major arcana in the tarot, which is the fool begins his journey. And all of us have had so many new beginnings in throughout our life. This is a new beginning for you. Go slow. Take your time. Focus on your career without distraction. And I can call you later a little bit more of this. But be free of getting into a relationship because it will further your career. Oh, hairball. That's a bad one. Or compromise who you are any of that. The reason I'm bringing this up is I don't call people dummies, but I do call people that don't have the neural pathways. They don't have the doorknobs. They don't have the doorknobs to hang new ideas on. They don't have the doorknobs to, you know what I'm talking about. We've talked about this. This is focus on your career. This is a new beginning for you. Take decisive, incremental steps. Okay, here we go. Who's next?
Very good. It's Miguel.
Hey, Miguel. Is he still able to watch now?
He said his video was cutting out. So
Okay,
I never
all right.
saw him again.
Miguel's in Coeur d'Alene with his family. Road trip. There's something here, Miguel. I don't know if you've been thinking about getting a book, or there's something really strong coming through with Egypt, or studying. There's some principles of ancient Egypt, and I'm not sure if it's scientific principles or they're so Thoth was the founder of Egypt, who is said to have come from Atlantis. Dude, we got to talk. You're getting some major downloads here from this. There's a connection here with a previous life, many previous lives. But did you order a book on Egypt? Or are you thinking about Egypt? What is the deal with Egypt? I got to find out. So we'll talk. But this is the Strength card. You're moving into a much stronger period of who you are that will help change the world. Okay.
Melissa Savage is on. It's
Hey,
her first time.
Melissa Savage, welcome. I'm glad you're on. First time. Everybody welcome Melissa. And Jeff is on for the first time too?
Yes.
Okay, so Melissa. You're a star to every wandering bark. It's a Shakespeare sonnet. But I was exhausted all the time when I was a missionary because I was trying to save all the pagan Buddhists. I know. Sounds insane. I really believe that. But what I love about this card is, you've heard that adage about you're walking down the beach and there's all these starfish that are dying on the beach because they're out of the water. And these two guys are walking down the beach and one picks one up and throws it into the ocean. And the other guy goes, why are you doing that? I mean, what difference does it make? There are thousands of dying starfish. And the guy goes, well, it mattered to that one. This is the star to every wandering bark, Melissa, where look at the good the people that you've helped, not the quantity, but the quality. Because there's not many people out at night looking at stars, right? They're not looking for help. So it's drawing your energy back to focus on the people that are only the people that are looking for help. And that will help conserve your energy. This is So I'll give you an example. So Scott Ambrosi's on the show with me, and he and I are doing this script. And I wrote this script probably over my book, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I wrote the script, and I sent it to. I have some clients who are very well known in the entertainment industry, and this one big producer in Hollywood, he calls me and he goes, "Okay, I love the book. The script really stinks." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Raj. I appreciate that." But I knew it did. I didn't ask for I didn't want his approval. I was looking for, what do I need to change? And he absolutely told me what I needed to change. And then the universe brought Ambrosi and I together, and now Jeff Reynolds, who's on the show, and there's these synchronicities that are falling into place. It will help by looking at the quality of people you're working with rather than quantity. Okay. Who's next?
Very good. It's Scott Ambrosi.
Hey, Ambrosi. Okay. Okay. It's so funny because I was just watching a scene from this today. Things come up on your YouTube feed or your Facebook feed. And it was when Superman was first getting his powers, Scott. And so, like X-ray vision, right? He was like, these lasers were coming out of his eyes and he was burning holes in the walls and it was out of control. You're just so sensitive. But it's you becoming aware of how sensitive you are and the psychic ability that you have. Like, you've always had it, but it has in the past been buried, and you're coming into just be kind to yourself. The other show the other day, I wrote what do I fear I would have to confront if I wasn't distracted by the energy of doing? This is about just cutting down a little bit of the doing and just focus on the being, because these senses are coming up, these can't think of the word, but they're hidden gifts that are coming up for you. So just be patient with yourself. Okay, who's next?
Great. It's Jared and Kat.
Hey, Jared and Kat. Dr. Jared, back east. So Jared, you pick up a box and you put it on your left shoulder. It's gonna get sore after a while. Anywhere where you are one-sided or anywhere where you are becoming unbalanced, can you just set, okay, you may not even know what it is that you're becoming unbalanced about, but just close your eyes for a moment. Whatever, however you want to term, if you want to picture this as a box, a load of bricks, whatever, set it down and then just back up and see how you feel. Because the subconscious mind knows what this is, and if you do it in a visual or illustrative way, Einstein said imagination is more important than knowledge. Anywhere where anything is becoming a burden, are you willing to let that go now and create with ease and comfort? And then give that load, if it is a load, give it to your angels. Your angels are your servants. People don't think that, or they don't think of angels. They think them as superior beings, but they are here to serve. They have a commission, they have a purpose, and that purpose is to help us. But they wait for us to be specific in what it is we tell them to do or what it is that we want, and go, I want this or something better. This or something better. Okay? Who's next?
Very good.
Oh, Kat. Kat. Hey, Kat. Okay. Someone said to me the other day, "Is your book of God?" And I didn't laugh. I was like, I went, "Yeah." And they said, "Oh, well, because you were talking about evolution earlier," and I didn't think your book was of God. I went, "No, I was talking about the evolution of the mind, like how we learn, how we jump." And there are things we do in our life. Everyone has an opinion, Kat. Everyone has an opinion. They're going to know how to do it better. They're going to know how to do it easier. They're going to tell you where it's wrong. Oy vey. This, if it feels like play to you, come what may, right? Don't let the devils or the naysayers or the people that say they know better or think they know better, or those people are all wanting, they get their kudos, they get their jazz from control. And I always say, "Oh, thank you so much for that. That's important information." Or, "Oh my gosh, you know what? That's just not my policy, but thank you for that information." You can be kind, but it's like, Kat, don't play that no more, right? Don't be free. Just back away from these naysayers and play. It's got to feel like play to you. You've got kids. You have all these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful children, Kat, you and Jared both, to teach you and remind you, play. Play. Okay.
Brenda's next.
Brenda.
It starts with Jeff is after that.
Brenda, and then Jeff, you're next. Okay. Brenda Burr shares my birthday. Okay, Brenda. my little fellow Scorpio. First of all, Guardians of the Galaxy and the music that is in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I want you to rock out to that. There's something about the music that is in there that you relate to that's going to... So music is a frequency. Music is a vibration. And it's going to help align you. It'll help realign you. Music for you is like a chiropractor. You know, a chiropractor pops your back into place and you go, oh, I feel so much better. Music will help you, especially when you're in a funk. But it's also, this is the guardian. It is a certain frequency that will lower you're smart. So it's going to lower your, it's kind of like what I was talking with Lindsay earlier in the show, where she had that brilliance card where all those spiky crystals. This is, listening to music will help help you get out of your thinking mind, where you're smart and we have to figure things out. No. You work on a completely different operating system. Since Jeff is coming up, you're a lot like Jeff in that aspect of it, where you are on a different operating system, and be free of ever trying to relate, working on other people's operating systems or working with their level or stepping down to their level. It's not, music will help you get out of your thinking mind. It will help you operate more from the throat and the heart. It will help you speak your truth, but it's going to open up this third eye. Okay, Jeff. All right, Jeff, thanks for being here for the first time. Everybody be sure to welcome Jeff. So what I do, in case you haven't noticed, I just shuffle through the cards for everybody, and oh, there's a card that fell out. All right, Jeff. This is the Empress card. It is, or the Impress card. Anywhere where you believe you have ego, anywhere where you believe ego is bad, can you release and clear all of that? I met you. You have no ego. I mean, you have no inflated ego, nor will you ever, ever, ever have any inflated ego. We all need ego. Ego helps us get up in the morning, help us get stressed, helps us brush our teeth. That's a healthy ego. This isn't just a queen. This is an empress. This is you stepping fully into and releasing any fear of other people thinking that you're egotistical, that is their issue. That is not your issue. You are not egotistical, never have been, never will be, and be free of any of thinking of what other people think. And just stepping into it. This is the universe opening up for you. This is opportunity and okay. You are also, and I'm talking to everybody on the show now. Pretty much everyone on the show is an empath. For instance, an empath is someone who was raised maybe not in such a perfect household, and they had to learn when it was safe and when it wasn't safe, or when somebody was in a bad mood and it could cause harm to the child. They're aware of that. So as you grow older, when you walk into a room, there could be 90 people having a great time, and one person be a little off, and you immediately sense them because you're picking up on their vibes. So anywhere where anyone is sending you any of these negative vibes, can you just return to sender, return to sender, return to sender? You can write that on your fridge, on your bathroom mirror, on your bedroom ceiling, return to sender. Okay, not yours. You're moving into red carpet. And walking the red carpet with dignity and pizzazz and yeah. Good. Who's next?
Great, Lana.
Lana?
Yeah, Lana.
Okay, hey Lanny. Well, Lana, you know that everybody that goes to church is a real Christian. Okay. So you have a nose better than a bloodhound. People can come to you dressed to the hilt and quoting scripture and going to church 12 times a week, whatever. And you have this nose of the bloodhound going, nope. They're hiding behind religion. They're hiding behind this facade. Stay away from them. They're treacherous. Wow. Okay, who's next?
Teresa.
Teresa Mullen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Teresa, sometimes when we make some major changes in our life, there can be sorrow or sadness around, gosh, I could have made these changes a lot sooner. I could have done this or been there or blah, 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 a lot sooner. Are you willing to just release that and just be really extremely joyful for where you're at? Because this life is not all there is. Give yourself a little bit more credit for how far you've come, what you've accomplished, and just by what you've overcome already, what you've already done, people around you are feeling it. And you can, just even a kind word, an email, a text to someone, letting them know that you're thinking of them is extremely powerful to help them with their sorrow. Because when you're moving from safety, when people are moving from safety to the unfamiliar, it can be a little scary. And they're leaving. They're sorrowful sometimes for just leaving where they were at and moving into the unfamiliar. So this is where one of your fortes is, to let people know they're going to be okay. And the reason you are is because you've learned to let go, and to, there's a book by, I think it's Richard Bach, called Illusions. Very short book, and it's all about these little creatures that lived on the bank, and there were millions of them, and the current would come and it would beat the creatures up that were on the wall. And then one creature decided, you know what, I'm really tired of being beat up, and it let go. And all the other creatures around it were going, no, you're going to die in the current. No. And the creature just lets go and is floating along. It's no longer being beat up, and it's just going with the flow. And anyone projecting sorrow at you, just return to sender. Okay.
Great. Last is Harlan.
Hey, Harlan. My nephew Harlan up in Idaho. Thanks for being here. Anywhere, Harlan, where anyone has been uncompassionate with you, are you willing to just return to sender, let go, and forgive? Because those people were uncompassionate with themselves first. And they were much more uncompassionate with themselves, more than they were uncompassionate with you. And this is you being kinder and gentler and more loving with yourself, because you are freaking awesome. Okay? You have amazing children. You have amazing grandchildren. And quiet the mind. Listen to some meditation music. Just sit quietly and listen to music, okay? I don't care what kind of music it is. Just, meditation isn't necessarily sitting on a pillow in a corner with the lights dim and the incense burning. Meditation can be, you could be driving, you could be out golfing, you can be in a creative. A lot of times when I'm working on the script or I'm working on the movie, I'm in this meditative state. So this is whatever it takes for you to be meditative and to spend some time with your own, and then return any non-compassion that was projected at you. Return and forgive, because just understand that they were much more tortured and had nothing to do with you. Mindy just popped on. You made it, Mindy. You made it. I just read for Harlan. Okay, Mindy, let's get serious about your magic. Your art has been off the charts the past couple of weeks. Do it. It's just, the energy behind it is just goosebumpy. It is amazing. So my art is, my gift is doing these readings for you. Your art is what is transformatory for people. So do that. All right. Do we have everybody?
That was everybody tonight, yeah.
Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's do this again Sunday night. And Marilyn Pitts, I'll see you Saturday. We'll do a private reading. And I love you all. Great blessings. It was a great show. Thank you.